We're still camping on our front porch, cooking a dish we all love. Chicken Parmesan. So stick around.
I think they're done, hon.
Well,
Welcome back to another video on the front porch.
this is our second one camping at home.
Yeah, we're doing another cooking video. We did dessert last time. You saw it last week, hopefully. That was our lemon bars.
And we're still enjoying it.
There we go, that's right. And we're going to do our main dish, which is a very popular Italian dish, if you know Italian recipes. And
And
that
it's
is
his recipe,
Yep.
chicken parmesan.
chicken parmesan. So we're going to go ahead and get the charcoal lit, because we'll be cooking it over the charcoal tonight. And we'll get that regrouped and we'll be right back. Okay, the first thing we need to do for assembly is come up with an herbed olive oil. Now this is a little bit different recipe than traditional. A lot of times you would bread and fry your chicken, but this is kind of a little lighter, and we're not real big fans of when you bread it and then you smother it in sauces. That breading gets kind of icky and soggy, so we're going to do this a little bit different. And we're going to start out with about 1 to about 3 tablespoons. You don't need a lot. We just want enough to coat our chicken breast. And we're using just regular olive oil. Okay. And to that, we're going to add black pepper. And this, of course, you can adjust to what you like for amounts. You like more black pepper or whatever, you certainly can do that. Italian seasoning. We're going to do some seasoned salt. We're going to do some dry thyme. If you wanted to get fresh thyme and some rosemary, stuff like that would be great. But we didn't have it. But we do have some fresh rosemary. We're going to use that. You can do Italian parsley, whatever you really like. The stuff like that would be great. We're going to pull this apart. If you don't want too big pieces, you can of course chop it up, but it's not. It'll kind of cook down in there, and you won't get any too much of any one bite. It's going to be too bad. So, okay, once we get that in, we're going to give it a nice little stir. Smells good too. Okay, so, we're moving over here. We have to get our Dutch oven ready to go and get it preheated. So, my gloves on, because stuff gets hot pretty quick. And we're going to use this handy here rack, kind of a burner that you would put on an old gas stove in your kitchen. Really works handy. The lid, we don't need the lid yet. We're going to need it when we get ready to do the baking. And we'll put this right on top. Doesn't fit the greatest with this 10-inch. The legs, of course, are kind of in the way.
You gotta stick one leg in.
So we have to kind of stick one leg or 2 legs out. So you got to kind of be careful. This is going to work good for frying. So we'll let that preheat just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and put just a little bit more oil in our Dutch oven. So now we've got skinless chicken breast. And we let them set out for about 30 minutes so they're not quite so cold. Just like any meat works good to do that with. And we're going to get some tongs. And what we do, of course, is just dredge each one of our chicken breasts in the olive oil. Okay. And then we're going to set it down in There we go. You hear that sound? That's what we want to hear. We have a little bit of extra oil. We're not going to waste it. We're going to go ahead and pour it in there. Now, we're not going to fully cook the chicken this way. We're just going to let it brown a little bit. You don't want to kind of mess with it too much. You want it to kind of brown good. And then we're going to flip it over. We're going to brown the other side. And then we're going to finish from there. We'll be able to get it off of the top of here. And then we're going to assemble. And then we're going to be baking it for a little bit. So let me check. Yeah, we're starting to cook. But see there, Angel, you can see we're not brown at all. So we're going to let her cook a few minutes.
That's a little hot, isn't
A
it?
little hot. And because we're going to be doing 4 nice-sized chicken breasts, and they fit in there. You want a little room for them to be able to brown. You don't want to kind of steam them. So you've got plenty of, with 4 chicken breasts, we're using a 10-inch Dutch oven. So that should give you plenty of room. If you want to do 6, maybe even 8, you can probably get it in. And you want to definitely go up to a 12-inch Dutch oven for that. So a couple more minutes, they should be good and brown. We'll flip them over and brown the other side.
So we'll be back.
Okay, we've been going several minutes. Let's see if Angel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Nice and getting kind of brown on one side. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Now we'll let this other side brown a few minutes before we start adding the rest of our final ingredients to get this thing baked. Okay, I'm going to get this off to the top. I think our charcoal is ready. And our chicken's probably brown on the bottom side. Get this out of the way. I need a lid here in a minute. Let's see. We don't want to use those tongs. Let's see here. Let's check on the bottom of these, Angel.
Brown enough?
Yeah, brown enough. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Now, we'll go ahead and assemble, and then we'll put the charcoal on. First thing, our marinade. We're going to be careful. This might splatter, with it being pretty hot. You put that tomato sauce in there. Okay, spread that out. Okay, now, make sure everything's good and covered. Kind of move them around in there so you get tomato sauce over it and under it. Nice coating. Now, we're going to need something that's really good. Some fresh mozzarella.
Are you going to use that whole thing?
I don't know. We'll see. We're kind of going to put the sheets on there and just kind of see where it goes to. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these blobs of fresh marinara right on top of the chicken.
Now, you said something there that I just didn't catch.
What's that?
What kind of mozzarella is
This
that?
is a fresh mozzarella. Let's see if you can see it here. Yeah, just sliced fresh mozzarella cheese. It's really good. If you never used it, it's really a neat, different flavor profile.
And where do you find something like
This is actually a Walmart special. You can do it multiple places, but this is from Walmart. If you're Italian, you know how much good fresh mozzarella is. So, we only got a couple pieces left, so we're going to put some on. A couple more.
So you did wind up using the whole.
Yeah, we're close enough. Okay. Now, the next thing, which is also very important, this is, quote, chicken Parmesan, so we're using fresh, grated Parmesan cheese. Nice, healthy dose right on top of that mozzarella. Many of you may have heard of something that's also a good recipe, and that's eggplant Parmesan. We've never done that yet, but we will sometime.
We're having eggplant with this, though.
But a lot of times you could do that the same way. Usually it's always breaded. And you can do it the same way if you did a big Parmesan, you do chicken and
All right,
almost
let's
the same
look at
way.
this
So
Parmesan, dear. Put that Parmesan
that
back up
is
here.
just a
No, let's look at it. See how it's not powdery.
powder, yeah. The other would work, but this is by far the best. Okay, now we gotta bake it. So, we're doing a normal bake that you would kind of do if you're gonna do any baking, because we're gonna bake it. A lot of times you put it in the oven like you would a lasagna or something, you do the same thing. So, let me get the lid on.
I saw you about put them briquettes
But
out
put the
on
briquettes
that
on,
table.
that would have been a disaster, wouldn't it?
You would have been not saying some not nice words.
Yeah, it would have been take two on the video later on. Okay, so we're doing about 26 pieces, so we're going to do about 9 on the bottom, 1/3, 2/3. We don't want to. You really got to be careful not to overdo the bottom, because of course this is a tomato dish, high acid content, and you could easily burn the bottom. So we're not going to overdo the bottom. And we're going to, like always when we're baking, we're going to do only around the top, only around the outside edge.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at that. He doesn't even have, there's nothing underneath that bottom. And that's very important when you're baking. And this is a baked item.
Yes. And we'll do probably our normal ring, and we'll put 3 or 4 in the middle.
Now, how long will this have to cook, dear?
Well, that chicken, some of it was fairly thick, but we had a pretty good sear on it. So it's, half done. So I think a good half fire, maybe a little longer, should give us plenty of time to get this done, and the cheese all melted, maybe hopefully a little bit browned on top. I don't know if we will get a little browning on top, but it'd be better if we do. So we're going to let this bake. Now, unlike a cake or a bread, it's not real critical on spinning and keeping an even heat, so we're probably only going to rotate it once about 15 minutes instead of every 10 minutes like we do with any baked breads or cookies or breads or something like that. So we'll be back in 15 minutes, give it a rotate, and see you then.
Well, if there was smell-o-vision,
Be good, wouldn't it?
yeah, it would. Man, I haven't even looked at it.
It's been a good about 35 minutes. Rotate it once. See if it's done. Maybe.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Looks nice and juicy, but that's okay, because the idea is we'll probably show a video or a picture of how we serve it up here. But
Yeah.
we're gonna serve it over pasta usually.
Yeah.
We're doing, I think, what is that? What it's called, a corkscrew. I don't know what the
That's
right name is.
Look at row.
Rotini or something
I
like
think.
that.
We'll
anyway.
put that at the bottom of the screen,
corkscrew
too.
pasta, what
Yeah.
most people call it.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Share us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a comment. See if you've tried this
Yeah.
on your stove or wherever. And we appreciate you watching. See you next week.
Yep. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.